abroad my senior year was kind of difficult just because senior year you're supposed to be applying to colleges or looking into colleges and taking all these tests and doing all this crazy stuff, and a lot of people don't think that they can study abroad their senior year just because of all that stuff that's happening. And if you're a junior, if you're going into your junior year right now, I can tell you it's really possible to study abroad when you're a senior. It's not too late, but it is a little sticky to study abroad your senior year, and you do have to take some precautions on whether you need to complete stuff before you leave or just finish whatever you need to do before you leave. And I know not a lot of people are watching me right now, but this is something that drove me freaking crazy when I was applying and sorting things out. So I'm making this now just to help out anybody who wants to study abroad. And it's also August, so it's a pretty good time to post this and maybe help out other people who want to study abroad, but they think it's too late because they're juniors and they're not gonna have time. So yeah, you need to plan things a year before you actually study abroad, because it does take a year to get your host family to apply, to just go through the entire process. So just letting y'all know now. So there are 6 things that I had to go through while I was applying or just worrying about my senior year in general. And it may be different for everybody just because school systems are different, or maybe your counselors are different, or your school deals with things differently. But in my experience, this is what worked for me. And if you guys got any questions about studying abroad senior year or anything like that, just ask, send me a message or leave a comment and I'll try to answer them. Number 1 is start applying to your study abroad program now, because it gives you enough time to compose yourself and get everything you need complete without having to scramble. And it pretty much prepares you for applying to college. It's pretty much the same thing. I realized after I started applying to colleges over this summer. And also, depending on your program, AFS USA, that's the program I'm in, they take rolling applications. So that means that the earlier you get your application done, the more likely you're accepted by AFS USA, and the more likely you will get your you'll get your first choice country, because it's a rolling application, first come, first serve. Number 2 is taking your ACTs and SATs, or any standardized test, really. Taking the SAT twice already, and I'm pretty satisfied with my scores, so I already got that done, so I'm just gonna give those scores to the colleges. It's a good idea to get these done in your home country right now, just because when you're abroad, you shouldn't be taking away from your experience by, taking the SAT while you're in a foreign country. That's not fun. That's not something that should be part of your experience, because it's boring. Who wants to take tests that reminds you of going back home? Number 3 is completing your credits. Now for me, I was able to finish my credits early because there's in Florida we have FLVS, which is Florida Virtual School, and I'm not homeschooled, I go to a public school, but a lot of homeschooled kids take online classes on FLVS, and it's also just a website that lets kids take classes online in case someone failed a class, or maybe they want to finish the credits early, like in my case. And in the beginning of my junior year, I calculated what credits I would have left by the end of my junior year, and I completed whatever credits would have been left throughout my junior year, and I ended up finishing all my credits early. I had to do economics, American government, and English 4. All of those classes were 12th grade classes, so I couldn't take on my junior year, but I can still take those classes online. So I finished them online, and I finished my credits early. And you should finish your credits early, or try to finish them early, just because it's not guaranteed that your credits will transfer and complete your credit requirements. And I'm just terrified of coming back from Germany and realizing, oh crap, my credits aren't going to transfer, and I'm stuck doing a semester of whatever class trying to get my credits back. So it's a really good idea to try to take some online classes to finish your credit requirements, or just taking any dual enrollment classes that would help you finish up. Number 4 is looking into colleges. I looked into colleges a little late, which meant that I had to rush everything, but it was alright though. But it's really a good idea to look into colleges early in your junior year, just because you don't want to be like me and rushing, and then you don't even really know what colleges you want to go to. Number 5 is really important, and that's talking to your counselor. Going abroad your senior year means you have to think about how are you going to graduate. And I was worried about that because I didn't know if finishing my credits early would force me to graduate, which sounds really weird, like, oh no, they're going to force me to graduate. But I was really worried because the program I applied to is a high school program, not a gap year program. And just for the sake of not being kicked out of the high school program, I decided to not graduate early. And my counselor just told me that I could pick up my diploma when I come back from Germany, and I'm not going to be part of any big ceremony in Germany or the US. But I think studying abroad is a lot better and more worth than a graduation ceremony, and that's just my opinion. But every school's different and every counselor's different, so that was just my experience with my counselor, but you should talk to your counselor and see what she has to say, or he or she has to say. And number 6 is start applying to colleges as soon as they open up applications for the fall of whatever year you plan on attending college. Because I plan on attending college on the fall of 2015, which is like way next year. So I'm just starting to apply to a couple colleges now, and it's a good idea to get all your stuff done, like such as printing transcripts, or just getting any information that you wouldn't be able to get over in your host country, and getting those done before you leave. And maybe some applications won't open until you're abroad, but you can finish any online applications abroad. But if you do have to have anything physical sent to the school, then maybe you can get your parents or a friend to send them to the school for you. So just think about what you need to get done before you go abroad. I leave in September, so that's plenty of time for me to finish most of my college applications, but some people do leave earlier, like in July or maybe late June. So like I said, it's just a really good idea to start doing any college applications before you go abroad. So that's pretty much all I can think of for studying abroad senior year. So if y'all got any questions, like I said, just message me or leave a comment, and I'll try to give you my best answer, because I'm not a school counselor, I just know from my experience. So thanks for watching.